Okay, so Knight of Cups. What are you offering? I always read the underlying energy as the energy of the person or the people that I'm reading for, right? Especially when it's a court card. However, it's a general reading, so do what you will with this. But with the Knight of Cups, he has that cup that he's offering. It's an offer of friendship or love or friendship, right? But I don't like to make that distinction. I mean romantic love or friendship, right? I think love is love. And that's what the cups are. There are emotions. Now, he's the dreamer. It may be that you're considering, if this is you and you're considering offering something to someone, I don't think you have an emotion, right? And I think you feel like you want to get to know someone better, but I don't think you fully know where it's going yet. I don't think if you've figured out if it's just more than an infatuation, if you're just attracted to this person, or what's going to happen. Like, where's the kind of stability behind this? Because yeah, cups are great, right? Where are the pentacles? And that's earth energy, and you're an earth sign. That's your element. Pentacles. So how do you make this tangible? There's emotions here, a lot of emotions. There's a connection. But with the Knight of Cups here, I think you're there are emotions, and you might be trying to talk yourself out of it and think, well, it's just this or it's just that. But with the Knight of Cups coming up, there's something here. There's an offer on the table. Now, somebody may be offering you something. It is general, right? And you might think, they don't have the goods to back this up. They don't have the goods to back this up. So there seems to be a question mark on where it's going. That's what I'm getting. As amazing as this is, it's where's the tangible? Where's the solid? What do we build on? What do we have to work with here? But even if you're kind of doing the whole this is too good to be true thing, can't deny the connection. We have the Two of Cups coming up at the heart of your reading. I'm going to straight up say this. With the way that it is, I feel it's both. I think it kind of feels like it's a platonic relationship and you're trying to see where to take it. That's what it kind of feels like to me overall. That's the kind of main energy that's coming through. I mean, of course, we can have connections with people in every walk of life. The lovers to me is more kind of solid. I know some people don't agree with me on that. Well, that's tough. I'm the one that's get the messages. That's how I read the cards and the messages come through for me. You are welcome to take it however you want. Trust your own highest intuition always. But with the Two of Cups at the heart, it's you are trying to figure out what this connection means. That's what this reading's about. So I don't think you can definitively say, oh my God, yeah, it's romance. Oh my God, it's just a friendship or whatever. There's a question mark over this. There's a big question mark. That's what it feels like. I don't know what it means, but it's driving me nuts because it means something. Like, that's what it is. That's the kind of energy that's coming through. Now, for some of you, you have the Three of Cups coming up as the past or foundation energy, right? I will say this, going back to the Two of Cups for a moment. When the Two of Cups comes up, maybe the question mark is, does that person feel the same way as me? Now, if you guys, anyone that's ever tried to book that question with me knows the answer. I don't answer that question. That's, always focus on how you feel. Always focus on how you feel. However, if there's one card in the tarot that shows two people feel the same way as each other, it's the Two of Cups. But that's just it. The Two of Cups talks about connection, two people that feel the same way about each other. But both people have free will of where they want to take this. And that's where this reading looks like it's going. What are we doing with this connection? What are we going to do with it? Now, that might be just to kind of look at those people that this is not romantic for them. Although for the majority of you, this is romantic or, figuring out whether it's romantic or not. There may be a connection with a family member, a work colleague or someone, and they're offering you something and you don't know if it's legit. And then the question mark is, well, do I do this based on just that, this is someone solid, they seem to be on the same page as me, or do I kind of not trust this? Because that's the Knight of Cups. We don't always know. I mean, he will offer you, he will promise you the sun, the moon and the stars, but does he have what it takes? And he doesn't lie. It's because he just focuses on how he feels. But I think more of us need to get into that dreamer mode. We can become so reactionary to what's going on around us that sometimes we need this to remember to dream. We can make the dream come true, right? We can put in the work, we can put in the effort to do it, but we need the bloody dream first, right? To take it somewhere. So we got that. And then the Three of Cups. Some of you might have reunited with someone with the Three of Cups coming up, because this can be celebrations, reunions. You might have met someone through your friends. And now, I always say, if you reunite with someone, if you get back together with someone, and this could be last week, last month, last year, you always treat that relationship as a new relationship. Because think about how much you changed. That breakup itself, if you were in a breakup or whatever happened, that will change a person. So if you change, the other person will change. And I think a lot of times people make the mistake of going back. They go back to the way things were, and then what's going to happen? You're just going to redo the same thing again, and you go through the same cycles, break up, make up again, break up. So it's about exploring the connection. How has the connection changed? There's definite emotion here though. This connection the basis of it is solid, and the Four of Wands tells you that too. You have a firm foundation here. But where are you taking it? And that's what you're figuring out this week. Where are you taking this connection, guys? This is celebration as well. I could almost get the sense with the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands here that this is like a friend of a friend, and you keep kind of bumping into them whenever there's like some social event or something. And you were starting to, at first you thought, oh, they're kind of nice. And now you can't deny that there is some kind of connection. And that might be just for one person, but I saw that there as well. With the Four of Wands, it's telling you have a firm foundation. This is solid. The connection is solid. What you do with it, how you commit to it, how you go forward from here, that's up in the air at the moment. Like I said, that's the question mark. The thing with the Four of Wands is, I mean, it can be a house move, it can be a job move. Maybe for those of you that this is nothing to do with relationships, this can be just this message alone here, ignore all this, is an offer that gets made to you and you think it's too good to be true. That place, that cheap, that rent, how can it be so cheap? Or, you know, that job, really? That I'd get that much and get paid that much? Is that kind of energy. But for others of you, it's time. Are you in or out of this connection? Are you going to take this connection further or not? And that's what you're kind of looking at this week. What are we going to do with this? Because you've had a great start. You might be really good friends and you might be thinking, well, do we explore the romantic route? Do we owe it to ourselves to explore this? Or do we just enjoy the friendship? There's love here. There's support here. This can be platonic energy, which, you know, we turn to like romance and stuff, but this really is. It's our friends, our loved ones, you know, groups of people with the Three of Cups. What are you doing with it though? What are you doing with it? What are you committing to? This is a change in the energy. A change in the energy around you. Where does that lead? Well, we have the Magician. It's telling you, you have the confidence to do this. You have the confidence. Now, for those of you that are kind of thinking, is this too good to be true? You know the answer to that. The lemniscate, or this kind of infinity symbol above his head, that's knowledge. He has all the tools there. And I was saying to you, where are the pentacles? There. You can bring the stability to this. You are the embodiment of Earth, of pentacles. So you have the tools, you have the knowledge, do you have the confidence to go for this? It's an amazing reading, Taurus. And, you know, it might just be that this is like just literally for one or two people, but whoever it's for, the thing that's stopping you, and Pisces got something similar because they needed the courage to go for this. And this is not even courage because, you know, with the Two of Cups here, I think you're pretty certain that there's a connection here with whatever it is. Either you're in this relationship and it's about taking it further, you know, engagement or moving in together or whatever it is. And I'm sorry, I'm just staying on the romantic thing, but that's how the energy keeps hitting me. Excuse me. I mean, Justice is one of the marriage cards. Four of Wands is one of the marriage cards. So this is about going into that kind of commitment. What are you committed to? With the Magician, there it is about confidence. Going forward confidently. Going forward confidently. I always say, the example I always give for the Magician is, you can go into your kitchen, you can find like eggs, flour, sugar, butter in your cupboard. You might have a recipe in your head, like your grandma's recipe. But if you don't actually put together the ingredients and use that recipe in your head, like the recipe and the ingredients, you're not going to have a cake. You have a cake in idea only. And that's this. This is the kind of idea that I have an emotion here. But where are we taking this? And apply that to whatever else this applies to. But it's about connection with the Two of Cups at the heart of this reading. What's the advice? The advice is justice. The advice is justice. Now, for some of you, I don't know if it's with the same person. There may have been an injustice in the past. For others of you, you know, maybe you've just balanced your scales, like to some extent. You've just gotten to a steady place and you're not really kind of ready, or you think, to kind of share that with someone. I always say we need something for ourselves before we can share it with someone else, right? But there is balance here. That's what Justice is saying. There is balance. There is fairness. Justice is the card for Libra. Some of you might be dealing with a Libra. Let's see what else we have here. That's Mercury there. Water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but the signs don't own the cards, right? They just lend their characteristics to it. So with Justice coming up here, this is about relationships. This is the we. Do you want a we? Not a we as in a P, but, you know, instead of an I, do you want there to be a connection here? It's about balancing the scales. And I see this as, it can be compromised, but I think it's almost like an interaction here between the two. Do your scales balance? Yes, you have a connection, but do your scales balance? If one side is you and one side is the other person, do they balance out? How do you find that out? By confidently going forward and exploring this. I think that's what this is saying. Explore the connection. Whatever that connection is to you, explore it. Something comes out of it. Even if it's nothing romantic, there could be a job out of this or a new place that you find out to live in. But you can't, it's great to feel whatever you're feeling come from a heart space, but then at some point you have to use what you have, right? Bring it all together, use the knowledge that you have. Find out what's going on here. Let's see what the oracle cards say for you. That is very interesting, Taurus. Choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. That's what it is. Choosing where this is going, exploring this. And you don't have to, have a look. This talks about commitment, but even if you have a dream, at some point you have to you don't have to, right? Either disregard the dream or take it forward somehow. Build on this. That's the Four of Wands. Build on this with confidence. It's asking you to choose love, though. Choose what it is that you love, who it is that you love. Unfinished symphony. Is that what's holding you back? Because, with justice coming up here, especially with this Three of Cups here, excuse me, this can sometimes be like outstanding karma that we have with someone else. I don't see like third party situations here or anything like that. I don't see cheating or anything like that. So please don't get that idea. If that's going on for you, then you already know that. You don't need a reading to tell you that. But the energies themselves are not saying that. What I feel it's saying is this might be something outstanding with someone else. And it's saying like balance those scales so you can move forward with this. Whether that's getting over whatever it was, whatever this. It feels like you've needed support, networking, that kind of energy here. But Unfinished Symphony says, how can you create new music? How can you create a new symphony if there's unfinished business in the past? So balance those scales, right? Then you can move forward with confidence. And the Magician, I always say this, he is the first true beginning of the major arcana because he's number one. The Fool is the kind of transition phase in between. All right, it says, Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself overgiving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully and with gratitude, without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people, maybe you. You do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you convinced you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. We all love you so much. And that's another message that could be coming through here. Because the Two of Cups and both of these cards here, they talk about support. This is someone who loves and supports you. This is your support network. So forget that romantic angle for a moment. If you have a dream that you want to go for, there is support here for you. There is support. And the thing is, the Three of Cups is in the past, right? So it might be that you've lost some support because we've gone from a 3 to a 2, but there's still someone that has your back, that gives you the confidence to do this. The Four of Wands, yes, it's a celebration. It's building on something. It doesn't have to be that you're building on this. It might be that you're trying to build a new business, that you're trying to move home, that you're trying to get a new job, whatever it is. Then there is the support there. Then the Two of Cups, the relationship itself, this connection, this support is what gives you the confidence to go ahead and balance your scales and to get, to go ahead and do this. Justice can be making amends as well. A lot for justice that comes up here. But it all starts off with a dream, Taurus. It all starts off with this dream.